Do you have challenges with time management, specifically interruptions? According to a recent study, researchers found that 44% of employees interrupt themselves. One researcher indicated that interruptions cost a company 6.2 hours a day. That's 31 hours a week. Another study found that interruptions through social media cost the U.S. economy $650 billion per year. It takes approximately 21 minutes to refocus after an interruption, even if the interruption was 5 minutes. To combat interruptions, I'm going to talk about interruption blasters. Hi, I'm Dr. Deborah Johnson-Blake, the time management diva. Interruptions take time away from whatever you are working on. If you need a break, this can be a good thing. But at its worst, an interruption can throw you off and you can lose a creative thought, forget something critical, or even lose a deal. But before you take any action, you need to understand the source of your interruptions so you can respond decisively and effectively in the future instead of simply reacting on autopilot. You can do this with 3 simple strategies. 1, keep an interruptions log. 2, review your interruptions log. 3, develop an interruption action plan. So let's look at the first strategy. Keep an interruptions log. Design a table with the following headings. What is the interruption? Who is the interrupter? Date and time of the interruption. Approximate time spent on the interruption. Who benefited from the interruption? How important is the interruption from 0 to 10? Was the interruption urgent? Yes or no? Next time I could, ... So complete the table whenever you get an interruption. The second strategy is review your interruptions log. So after you observe your interruptions and your log responses over the next 1 to 2 weeks, now it's time to assess. So first, write down any themes or recurring interruptions you notice right away. Second, take a closer look and determine what common threads and patterns do you begin to notice. This could be times of day, days of the week. Who is interrupting? Are they valid interruptions or are they always urgent so you have to stop what you are doing? What about how you benefit from the interruptions? Or perhaps you notice something else. Write it all down. The key with all interruptions is to pause before you take any action. Stop, take a deep breath, and evaluate the situation. Ask yourself, is this interruption more important than what I'm currently doing? What you choose to do depends on many things, including who the interrupter is, whether it's urgent or not, whether the interrupter is a repeat offender, whether it benefits you or not, whether the interruption is valid, whether you are in a state of flow. And if you find you are actually welcoming interruptions and not getting things done, you may need to develop a deeper review around your motivation. That third strategy, develop an interruption action plan. So it's time to plan what to do with future interruptions. For those in-the-moment interruptions, make a table with 2 columns and name them as follows. Your common interruptions or interrupters and what you will do in the future. Review your initial thoughts in your interruptions log where it says next time I could. For interruption prevention and reduction strategies, look at actions to reduce or avoid the interruptions altogether. What new processes could you set up so other people interrupt you less? Make another 2-column table to list any one-off actions to avoid future interruptions. The headings for these columns will be strategic interruption actions and date you will complete this action. Here are a few examples of in-the-moment interruptions and interruption prevention reduction strategies. So for in-the-moment strategies, say no to the interrupter's request. Delegate the interruption. This could be delegating back to the interrupter, a team member, or someone you know who would really enjoy or even benefit from the experience of dealing with the request. Reschedule the interruption or request for a time that suits you. Now, let's talk about interruption prevention or reduction strategies. Here, Ask that when people interrupt you, they are specific with A, what they want from you, B, when they need it by and if applicable, and C, their own suggestions and ideas around resolving the problem or issue. Empower your team or colleagues. Think about your regular interruptions and where you could empower your team or colleagues to resolve the issue themselves. Set up regular meetings with your team or team members. Make issues and suggestions part of the agenda so that people know there is a time when they can bring things to you. Remember, interruptions can be frustrating or they can be stimulating, giving you a welcome break. To handle interruptions more effectively, you need to just stop reacting and instead take that deep breath, giving yourself a short moment to evaluate how you are doing and then make the best of the decision for you. So, thank you for watching. I am Dr. Deborah Johnson Blake, the Time Management Diva.